Hello and welcome back to another beautiful morning. It's a rather cold one in the south of England, but it's a perfect day to do some drawing. So, if you're in the mood to do some drawing, this is the perfect place to be. So let's do some drawing. Okay, so cameras are rolling. And yes, they're rolling. We are ready to do some drawing this morning. And we are going to get into something a little bit more fun and a little bit more creative this morning. I have been working on a book, and the book is a little bit kind of, well, it's quite a lovely kind of, all my books are lovely. What am I talking about? I shall start off with a very strange shape. Just to kind of get you thinking. What is that madman drawing today? Well, I'm working on this idea, and this idea has been keeping me... It's been keeping me awake thinking about it. I go to bed and I start thinking about these kind of ideas, and the ideas kind of won't leave me alone. They just keep ticking away and keep shouting out in the middle of the night. Hey, Kieron, wouldn't it be great if? So don't be an illustrator unless you really want to go mad, okay? Because it will get to you. It will start to drive you mad, as you can see. So today I am drawing some ideas for my new book. And my new book, I'm not going to tell you too much about it at the moment, but it is something that I'm really rather enjoying at the moment. I've been kind of sketching and scribbling ideas in my notebook here at the moment. And I'm trying to get the first couple. And this is what I usually do. I kind of do the first kind of couple from a sketch, a scribble, a little thing about that big. And it kind of gives you gets you in the mood for what it's about to be. And it never ends up to be exactly like the kind of pre-sketch anyway. It's always a version of, because I can't really be... I do get bored by copying ideas, but I do get quite excited by kind of having a nice idea and then reinventing it. And that's usually where I come from. I come from a kind of reinventing my own ideas. I'll say, that's a lovely sketch. I'll sit down and draw it. And then when I draw it, it's not exactly what I wanted. But I had this kind of idea of this kind of elephant type creature who uses his nose as a kind of like a bit of a hoover. So I'll draw his nose down there. Now I did kind of give him a kind of a backpack, but I have very, very little space to get it in. But it might work. It might work. It might work. Keep going. You have to be positive, right? You have to keep thinking. There's an old can that he's picked up, or maybe an old kind of bottle that he's picked up. Lots of rubbish in there. And it kind of got to this stage of, at the beginning of every book, and this is for books that I do for other people, and it's the books I do for myself. These are always extreme fun. They have to start from a place of being extremely fun. And honestly, the more silly, the better. I find the more silly your ideas are and your kind of willingness to make it a fun book, the better. I mean, in the scheme of things, if you're kind of having a lot of fun and enjoyment doing the book, then quite hopefully a lot of people would have a lot of enjoyment looking at your book. That's the type of approach that I always take. Let's try and draw a kind of an elephant man picking up litter in his logo for his company. Would an elephant have a company? Well, of course he would. What planet are you from? Of course elephants have companies. And I love this idea that he would be a creature that kind of was very happy doing his job and would pick up litter. But I wanted him to be a little bit kind of odd. I didn't want him to be just an elephant. As you can see, he has no ears. And the plan is to give him 6 legs. And as you know, or may not know, elephants don't have 6 legs. If you don't know that, you need to get out more. There he is, looking rather happy, and I love the fact that he's looking so happy. Lovely. Very, very nice. Nice kind of lovely fresh design. I like that. And as I said, this is going to be part of the new book. And yes, I still have a couple of books that I haven't finished. And that all got held up by health issues and such like that. It really did kind of hit me all at once, and it's kind of knocked me off my kind of rails. And usually, as you know, I kind of work very quickly and extremely long hours to get things done. And recently it's kind of knocked me a little bit sideways. But I feel like I'm on the track to getting back to doing things. And I'm also starting to feel like there's kind of like a part of me that's beginning to recharge also, you know. And that's really, really, really important, that you can kind of feel that recharging feeling in your own body, your own mind, that you're starting to feel good about things again. And we all get it, you know, every now and again we all get struck by something. And this is the tricky part. This is where I need to kind of, I had this idea of him having a set of four legs underneath, again, just to kind of spice things up a little bit. Give him some pockets there just to make him look slightly normal. And then his legs, I had this idea of him having these very skinny, kind of like chicken legs almost. And I quite like the idea that he kind of scuttled along, you know, like he had these kind of, he's had these four legs that kind of go as he walks along. This leg is stepping while the other one is down. And by doing this type of thing, it does kind of free up your mind in creativity. It does kind of, it's a very fun process to work. And if you're doing it in your sketchbooks and things like that, it can actually work out to be quite a beautiful thing to draw something that you've never drawn before, something a little bit odd, something a little bit new. And it can be a very, very, very lovely work process. It can be very, very, very lovely. There's his nose. And he's kind of sucking up some old kind of can. And there we have a rather, rather, rather beautiful creature. And I'm really rather impressed with that. I really do love the idea of it. And you could almost imagine him animated. You could imagine him walking along. It would be rather beautiful. And that's a very nice little quick drawing for you today, while I'm working on this idea for the book. And it will be something that will happen this year. If indeed it happens. You never know with these type of things, do you? But you can still subscribe to the channel and make me feel good. It's always a lovely thing to have you subscribe. And I've been getting so many people. I got a lot of people from China recently. I put up a video a while back about King Rara. And it seems to have sparked a little bit of interest. I do love China. I lived in China for years, and everything about China is beautiful. The food, the people, everything. So I've got a lot of great memories from China, and so it's lovely to see the Chinese people coming forward and looking at the channel and seeing where have I gone from those days up until now, and seeing some of the processes. So that is today's drawing. So get on over and give me a comment. I would love to hear from you, from whatever country you're in. You know, you could be on the other side of the world and still write and say hello. Don't be shy. I'm a human being. Well, partly. So there we are. He's an absolutely gorgeous character. I do love him. I do love the whole kind of energy about this. And I'm very, 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 very pleased with how he looks. I think he'll look in color. He'll look absolutely gorgeous as well. Which is the whole idea. These will go forward and they will get painted up. And they'll be put into a nice new book for you. So, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your time and your comments. I love you all. Thank you very much. I will see you all back here very, very soon for some more drawing. Have a beautiful day. Keep drawing.